Hi guys, welcome to today's video, and today I'm very happy because I have a new camera, so I'm very glad that I have that, and thank you for following me, subscribing to my channel, being more and more on Instagram. I almost have 2,000 people following me on Instagram, so thank you so much. And let's get into today's video. I want to talk about pronunciation, mistakes that a lot of my students are making, and even if they have a more advanced level or a lower level, they make these kind of mistakes. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is not necessarily knowing how to pronounce suffixes. So suffixes are little things you add at the end of a word, like li, ism, us, on. So it's the end of a word, and I'm going to talk about two different kinds of suffixes. I'm going to talk about ism and us. The first one, ism, and you can already hear the pronunciation. So if you write it, it's just ISM, but when you say it, you need to say ism, ism. And you use this suffix at the end of a word to talk about a theory, a process, a practice, a system, things like that. And you're going to see that with my examples. So let's look at examples. The first one is feminism, feminism. And you can see the pronunciation is not ism, feminism, but feminism. The second one that I have is nationalism, nationalism. And another one could be euphemism, euphemism. So if you want, rewind the video, so go back and pronounce them with me. So this is the first one that is usually mispronounced. Then the second one that is usually a bit difficult, especially for French people, is us. Us. So not like us, but O-U-S. Again, at the end of words, O-U-S means full of. It's usually a quality, and you have a lot of that quality. For example, generous, generous, famous, famous, delicious, delicious, or gorgeous, gorgeous. And you can see I'm not saying gorgeous, delicious, okay? But us, us. Again, you can rewind and pronounce them with me if you want. No judging. Okay, we're not going to laugh at you. You're alone in your room, probably at your house. Just take the time to pronounce them. Okay, the second point that I wanted to talk about, the second mistake that a lot of people are making, no matter their level, is silent letters. So you usually pronounce silent letters where you actually don't need to pronounce them because they are silent. So silent means nothing, no sound. And in English, you have a lot of silent letters. So I'm going to give you some examples, and probably the most common ones. You can find other ones. The first silent letter that I'm going to talk about is the silent K. So the letter K. When you start a word with the letter K, and the second letter is an N, K-N, then the first K is silent. For example, knife, knife, knees, knees, knowledge, knowledge. You can hear I'm only saying the N and not the K. The K is silent. Okay, another silent letter that is a bit annoying is the B. So B, the letter B, when it's following the letter M, so when you have M plus B, then the B is silent. For example, thumb. So can you please, guys, leave a thumbs up so you can click on the little thumb and say you like this video, so it's a thumb. Another example is crumb, crumb, plumber, plumber. So here you have your examples. Remember, M plus B, the B is silent. And it's also silent, so the B is also silent, it's preceding the letter T. So when you have B plus T, then the B is silent. For example, debts, debts, or settle, settle. I'm not saying subtle, but subtle. Of course, it's not the case for everything. For example, subtitles. So you have exceptions, okay, it doesn't work all the time, but most of the time it works. And the last silent letter that I have for you is the letter W when it's at the beginning of the word and it's before an R. For example, wrist. This is a wrist, wrist. Right, to write. Wrong, wrong. Whole, a whole thing. Like I can't eat a whole cheese by myself. I know. So when you have the W plus R, then you're just pronouncing the R, or with the word whole, the WH, then you have another example, whole. You're not saying wall, wall. So mistake number 3, and I see a lot of my students make these kind of mistakes, is the ED pronunciation. So when you talk about the past simple and you have regular verbs, the regular verbs end with ED, and you can have 3 different options to say them. Again, if you've watched my, not last but the one before video, you probably know this already. So if you haven't, I will put it here and you can go watch it, because I'm going to talk very briefly about that, because you already have a video. So you can have different pronunciations. The first one is a T sound, T, like the letter T, worked, worked. Or you can have an ed sound, needed, needed. Or you can also have a D sound, D, D. For example, played, played. So you have 3 different sounds, and again, go watch this video because it's going to be very, very helpful. Now, point number 4, so mistake number 4, is 3 words that you mix and match, as I say. So you mix all the different pronunciations together. And the first one is work, work. And it's the same pronunciation as word, word. Work, word. To work, one word. Okay, so it's an sound, like a bird, bird. That's the same, okay? But the verb to walk is an O sound, walk, walk. Okay, so try to pay attention. I go to work and I walk. And to walk is a word. To walk is a word. And notice I'm not pronouncing the L in walk, walk. The L is silent. And the last one, bear with me on this one, is the pronunciation of beach and bitch. So here I want to talk about the E sound and the E. Okay, so the first one, to go to the beach, is a long E sound, beach, beach. Okay, I'm exaggerating, of course, here a lot, but it's the same, beach, okay? But that person is a bitch. That person is a bitch. I hope YouTube is not going to stop that video because of that. Let's hope not. But yeah, you need to have a short E, bitch. And it's the same with sheets, sheets, and shit. Or shit, or sheep, sheep. So again, 2 different sounds, and I know it's very, very difficult. You need to practice a lot and you need to think before you speak when you say them. I've made the mistake for a very long time. I mean, it's not really a mistake if people understand. If there is a good communication, you don't really need to stress out. But if it's not the case, if the communication is broken because of that mispronunciation, then that can be a problem. Remember, pronunciation is very important, and that's what you should focus on, of course, but don't stress too much about it. You just need to be understood by others. That's the goal, right? If you want to communicate, you communicate to deliver messages, and you want to deliver messages in order to have answers and to have a dialogue with people. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comment which pronunciation mistake you're making, and if you have any other questions, I will be happy to answer. I hope the video is not too bad. There was a change in the weather and so the light changed, but I hope it's okay with you guys. I will see you in the next video, and yes, bye!